an NBA legend planning his final chapter of his career on a Cavaliers team that's never had any success without him. You might think I'm talking about LeBron James, but believe it or not, he wasn't even the first megastar who had this thought cross his mind. What if I told you that the most dominant player that the league had ever seen was planning his comeback to the NBA at the age of 43? But unfortunately, one boneheaded decision made by a general manager who displayed arguably the most unprofessional gesture in the history of the sport went on to ruin everything. This is the story of one man's laziness and idiocy becoming the greatest self-sabotage in the history of the franchise. In the final season of Wilt Chamberlain's career, he was 36 years old. His Lakers made it all the way to the 1973 NBA Finals, where they lost in 5 games to the New York Knicks. That season, Wilt only averaged 13.2 points per game, but he did lead all players in rebounding with a whopping 18.6 per game. And he led all players in field goal percentage at an astonishing 72.7%. He was also second among centers in assists per game at 4.5, and beyond all of that, he also averaged a shocking 5.4 blocks per game, which according to Basketball Reference is the second highest blocks per game average in a season in recorded NBA history. He also participated in all 82 regular season games, while playing 43.2 minutes per game, which was third in the league overall. In his last NBA Finals game, he played all 48 minutes and dropped 23 points and 21 rebounds on 56% shooting. I think you guys get the point. Although Wilt Chamberlain retired at the age of 36, he still appeared to have a ton of quality basketball left in the tank, considering how he was still among the best in many different categories. Now here's the other thing. Even years after his retirement, Chamberlain remained obsessive about his personal fitness. Even in his mid-40s, Wilt Chamberlain appeared as if he was as in good or even better shape than he was when he retired. For goodness sake, he went on to become a Hall of Fame volleyball player after he retired from the NBA. Because of this, Wilt continued to draw much attention from NBA teams, even well beyond the age of what is normally considered as father time. According to comments by Wilt in 1991, many teams tried to get him to come out of retirement. The Bulls, Nets, Mavericks, Suns, and Clippers all contacted him, and the Knicks and 76ers contacted him twice, but no team was able to convince Wilt to make a comeback, with the exception of one, the Cleveland Cavaliers. It was the summer of 1979, and Wilt was now 43 years old and had been away from professional basketball for 6 years. The Cavaliers were coming off of a disappointing 30-52 season, but their biggest hole was certainly their interior, as they had 2 all-star caliber wings in Michael Mitchell and Randy Smith, but no legitimate big man. They also just hired a new head coach by the name of Stan Albeck. He was previously a proven assistant coach who won an ABA championship with Kentucky in 1975, and then coached a few seasons with the Los Angeles Lakers in the late 70s as well. More importantly, Chamberlain had an existing friendship with Albeck, and Wilt had a tremendous amount of respect for him as a leader and as a coach. So the idea of joining forces did entice Wilt. Chamberlain also said that he was intrigued by the idea of returning to the NBA because he was already in the Basketball Hall of Fame, and no player had ever played in the NBA while he was already in the Hall of Fame. Wilt Chamberlain would have become the first. The Cavaliers also had a brand new general manager in Ron Horvat, who was a rookie GM who at this point in time was only 2 years older than Wilt Chamberlain. Ron was not well respected by many of his peers, and this was the only season he would ever experience as a general manager, and by the end of this video, you'll understand why. Now, according to the Cavaliers owner at the time, he believed they could build a championship team with Wilt Chamberlain as the centerpiece. Discussions were ongoing between Wilt and the Cavs, but unfortunately, these talks somehow got leaked to the media, and this sloppiness strongly annoyed Wilt, who usually likes these types of discussions to be kept behind closed doors. According to Wilt, if he had played on the Cavaliers, he would have focused more on rebounding and defense. But he was also focusing on becoming a three-point shooter, which is something that was never possible since the three-point line wasn't introduced to the NBA until the 73-74 season. As the proceedings started to become more certain, the Cavs began preparing a 2-year contract for Chamberlain. There was a problem though. When Wilt Chamberlain initially retired in 1973, he still had 1 year left on his contract with the Los Angeles Lakers. So the assumption was that if Wilt wanted to return to the NBA, it was gonna be for the Lakers. But that's when the Lakers owner, Jerry Buss, stepped in. Buss said that he would waive any rights he had to Chamberlain if Cleveland wanted to sign him. On November 20th, 1979, Buss said this to the Associated Press. "I think it would be great for the NBA if Wilt were to play, and I do not put anything in the way of this happening. I would enjoy seeing him play again, so I am sure thousands of basketball fans would as well." Now, there were no obstacles. The path was completely clear for Wilt to make a historic return to the NBA, in a situation he would be happy with. In November of 1979, Wilt had a 3-hour meeting with the Cavaliers' upper management, which was soon followed up by a phone call. Afterwards, Cavs management said they were very confident Wilt was going to sign very soon. But the Cavs found the worst moment to be sloppy yet again. After some time, they were waiting to receive confirmation from Chamberlain, and were growing impatient. The Cavaliers sent their rookie general manager, Ron Horvat, to hand-deliver Wilt Chamberlain's contract to his home in Bel Air, California. But the thing is, Wilt wasn't home. So then Ron decided to stick the contract in the fence by the gate of Wilt's estate. A while later, when Chamberlain got home, he saw a bunch of papers blown all over his front lawn. Winds had come and made an absolute mess of the contract. Wilt was furious about this and felt extremely disrespected. He then called his friend and Cavaliers head coach, Stan Albeck, and told him, "Forget it. I can't play for a team that handles this business like that." And just like that, all of the anticipation of Wilt Chamberlain's return to the NBA ended on the spot. This was an incredibly tragic outcome for the course of NBA history, because if Wilt Chamberlain had actually played for the Cavaliers in the 1979-1980 season, then we would have seen him competing against Magic Johnson and Larry Bird as the first and only active Hall of Fame player in NBA history. Beyond that, even without Wilt, the 1980 Cavs did improve by 7 wins over the previous season, and bolstered the 3rd highest scoring offense in the entire league. Unfortunately, they were one of the worst defensive teams and rebounding teams in the entire league as well. So one can only imagine how impactful Wilt's defense and rebounding would have been for that squad that desperately needed it. We'll never know what Wilt Chamberlain in his mid-40s could have achieved in the NBA. Would he and the Cavs have lived up to the expectations and brought home a championship for Cleveland long before LeBron ever did? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Shout out to the members for supporting the channel, and thanks for watching as always. Make sure to like and subscribe for more basketball content, and I'll see you guys in the next video.